All right, we are back for another episode of Amplifiz podcast here from the Excellence 2030 conference. Very, very happy to have Henson Sy from Boston Scientific. Yep. How are you doing?
Very good, Guillaume.
Yeah?
Very happy to be here, actually. And I think a lot of things to learn, a lot of nice new friends made today.
Yeah.
So I firmly believe in what you do.
Thank you so much.
The community that you're building here, really, really helpful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you have participated into a panel discussion before on data and AI. Now you have been with us for this conference. We covered a lot of ground during this conference, but is there any specific idea or concept or thoughts or, I don't know, quote that is going to stick with you? Anything that you would like to reflect on?
Yeah, I mean, to me, there's happening about two. One is, I think Rakesh mentioned something about gone are the days of the dashboarding and all that stuff, because all we do is dashboard and dashboard and dashboard. And then what happens is that you look for the insights after that. True. So what if we build the insights into the workflow of that instead of the dashboarding? And I think that resonated very, very nicely with me because we're trying to do that in Boston Scientific. And a lot of times we hit walls because I realize we have a lot of people whose jobs are actually just to do dashboards. Right. And the second one, I think it was Vidya who mentioned, how do you view AI? Because I came here really excited to learn about what others are talking about AI. Right? I think Vidya mentioned something about you can either look at it as Stormtrooper or Iron Man. Right? That resonated a lot with me because 4 years ago, when we started the digitization effort, and then now layering AI on top of it, we decided that in our company, we want our sales reps to be Iron Man. As such, we created a program called Jarvis.
Right.
And within Jarvis, you have different applications called Mark A, Mark S, Mark A+, all the different armor types. So we're selling it to the sales rep that you are Iron Man. To the supply chain guys that you are Iron Man. And we'll give you the tools to become Iron Man.
I like the approach.
So I love that when Peter mentioned that. Yeah, definitely not Stormtrooper.
Right.
Definitely Iron Man.
So tell us a bit more about what you do at Boston Scientific. What is your role? Scope?
So my role in Boston Scientific, I lead a very formidable IT function. I cover Asia Pacific and all the countries in Asia Pacific and Latin America. Yep. And as of 2 weeks ago, we've now added Europe to that. So Europe, Middle East, Africa to that. So essentially everything outside the US.
Outside of the US.
Yeah,
wow.
So if you ask me who I back in the World Cup, you know my answer.
There's a lot of countries that you can please or upset depending on your answer.
My odds are quite high.
Yes. No, but this is very impressive. So of course, Boston Scientific, one of the leading medtech part provider out there, and so covering the technology across the board, as you said, outside of the HQ market, the US. Very exciting. So more broadly about medtech, what are some of the innovations that you are excited about? Let's not go into the product, of course, but let's talk about how we transform ourselves, transform organizations, go to market differently, whatever you want to say. Some of the innovations that you are excited about.
There's actually a few, but let me just mention maybe one or two, right? I think I shared that during one of our sessions that I actually view our IT team as very much field engaged. And that's actually a term that our president used. Very much a field engaged IT team. And what does that mean? It means basically our IT team thinks and acts and talks like sales reps. Thinks, acts, and talks like supply chain people. Right? So that means we embed them into the business. And we do have, we talked about collaboration a while ago. We embed them in the business for some months and we take them back. And then we know how reps think. We know how supply chain people think.
And this is textbook. This is fantastic.
Exactly. And then, so what happens now is that because they've lived the life of a sales rep, they know the pain points, right? Like when we did cycle counting, sales reps don't like to do cycle counting. It's just a waste of their time, honestly. And you're right.
Right.
Because we know we're an extension of the sales rep, we try to see where can we inject technology into the lives of the sales reps. Yes. In this case, we use AI to count the inventory. Therefore, your 4-hour, 5-hour cycle count now becomes 10 minutes.
Amazing.
And that includes, hi, hello, my name is, when you greet the nurses and you get the doctors, the sisters in the OT, the whole count is basically like 5 minutes.
Right.
So those kinds of innovation are being done. And some are actually on the areas of automating the workflows.
Right.
And injecting AI into the workflows as well. So much so that the result is, an example in Taiwan, the sales reps created a video for us. They created a video for us, showcasing the technology we gave them.
Right.
Saying, we used to be doing this.
Wow.
And after office, we stay in the office to do this manual entry and all that stuff. Now all of that is gone. They go out drinking. Thank you for giving me my work-life balance back.
This is amazing. And I really like what you said about the fact that your IT team is really embedded into the business. I mean, I know so many organizations that don't do it or should do it. That obviously you guys are ahead of what's next when it comes to this and many other things, I guess. But beyond that, I think many discussions we had today were about change management and how difficult it is. Yeah. But it makes a huge difference as a tech guy if you know them personally. You have been in their shoes for some weeks or some months, and you have really went for lunch and do all of these things.
Absolutely.
Then it makes a huge difference when you are co-creating with them a solution as opposed to coming from your ivory tower and having no clue. So I mean, this is textbook, but you guys are spot on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think there's some areas where even the doctors, the physicians call into our IT team. They actually skip the sales rep for some instances. Not so good, but they do that. And we help them out. And then they take our team out for lunch, for dinner or something as a thank you. That also helps build, of course, the relationships, right? And then they said, no, can our sales rep come and join us? I said, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
really cool.
It helps.
Really good. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Henson, and thank you for what you do for supporting our community, bringing value to the pharma and the medtech guys around. I hope you had a good time.
I did.
Yeah. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.